Hi, everyone. This is Lanky Sheet the 2D Ninja. Today's advice message video I have for you today is about character gets sent to escapes from country videos and the problems behind these videos. And before you guys ask, this is a new Sonen Aoki showed me on Discord. He requested me to use this as my last avatar for the rest of my Go Animate career, so I accepted his request. Anyways, let's begin. My thoughts on videos that involve parents sending troublemakers villains to a different country? I'm going to be honest. Those videos are actually messed up and cringe in my thoughts and possibly the thoughts of other people, and those videos would also get you and the parents, even though those parents in those videos are fictional parents, getting accused of taking troublemakers villains to the extreme. Because of that, I wouldn't recommend that you make videos that involve parents sending troublemakers to different countries anymore because there's something messed up about them. And before you say, we can make whatever the hell we want because it's our own channel, not yours, listen to me and understand. You shouldn't use that as an excuse to do things you would regret in the future. I actually regret saying that freedom reduction is entirely a problem in the Go Animate Viant community because MJ the Spirit had good points about why it's not entirely a problem. And as Flat 2D Dimensional Studios Productions said, you can make whatever videos you want on your channels as long as it doesn't involve cyberbullying or anything that's messed up. But here's what is messed up about those videos that involve parents sending troublemakers to different countries and why it counts as taking the troublemaker to the extreme. When Sid James asked me on my thoughts on videos that involve parents sending troublemakers to a different country after they did something bad, here was my response. Parents sending troublemakers villains to a different country counts as taking troublemakers way too far. Let me start off with how a parent sending troublemaker villain to a different country counts as taking troublemakers way too far. For example, Afghanistan is currently occupied by a terrorist organization called the Taliban. So sending a troublemaker to Afghanistan now while the country is occupied by the Taliban would be like a death sentence. Not to mention that it's not that easy to find a place to stay if you're sent away to an unknown place, which would possibly make you homeless. Sending a troublemaker to a different country without considering the possibilities of abandoning the child, making them homeless, throwing them to their deaths by sending them to countries that are generally dangerous to travel to. For example, Syria is currently in the middle of a civil war and is considered to be one of the most dangerous countries according to the Global Peace Index, or the possibilities of their children not wanting to travel to those countries would count as taking them to the extreme. Exceptions might apply if the troublemakers want to travel around the world, but I'm not really sure. So that's why making videos that involve parents sending troublemakers villains to a different country after they did something bad counts as taking troublemakers to the extreme. And of course, you need a passport to travel to different countries. Character gets sent to escapes from country videos have no creativity whatsoever as it has a character getting sent to a different country as a punishment, which clearly violates UN human rights to citizenship. Sometimes, this is done after the traditional grounding video, even if the thing that the troublemaker has done is not severe at all. On the top of that, there is usually a sequel to these videos where a character gets Warren-style punishments and videos where a character insults a person in another language. Because the videos use Warren-style punishments, these videos are unnecessarily long, sometimes lasting up to 15-20 minutes all because someone tried to escape an unreasonable punishment. If this sequel was going to be plagiarized and be really long for no reason, then it could have been cut out entirely with the next video in the grounding series being them starting with them in their room as if they were never sent to the country in the first place. Otherwise, it's a filler video that serves no purpose, especially if it's lazily copied. These videos can come off as offensive to a country because the creators think that the troublemaker getting sent to a different country is a punishment, even if the country doesn't seem bad. The troublemaker ends up using a different language for their voice when they arrive to the country even if they don't have the ability to. They sometimes speak broken English with a different accent or even speak the wrong dialect like speaking Brazilian Portuguese if they got sent to Portugal, as well as speaking dead languages like Latin, Sanskrit, Sumerian, Ligurian, and Old English, Anglo-Saxon. The creators of these videos always claim that they're speaking that language even though they are usually only speaking English with a different country's accent. Still, it's an unnecessary change that makes zero sense. The exiled person never gets any food, shelter, money or any necessities when they get sent to a different country. The people could have provided that person the money for them to pay for a hotel, instead of leaving them homeless in the middle of nowhere, though a better alternative to a hotel is have them go to a boarding military school or be sent to live with a relative in there. Another thing is that most of these videos don't factor in passports, which is an attempt of illegal immigration. As I said before, you need a passport in order to travel to different countries. If you're going to ask if the contestants and hosts had passports in the 3rd season of My Character Elimination series and in the 8th season of Weakest to 4000 Videos Mario Enemy Character Elimination series, then I'll confirm that the answer is yes. Some character gets sent to escapes from country. Videos even have characters getting sent to North Korea, even though there are barely any international airports there, apart from Pyongyang International Airport. Speaking of which, they even sent them to countries that their home country is at war with or another country that is at war, such as Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Israel, and Ukraine. When it comes to Ukraine currently, this can be very disrespectful to anyone that died in the war. They even send them to countries that have a hostile negative bad sour relations with their home country like Iraq, Iran, China, Russia, etc. With it in the way, the country might have bigger problems, like they would send them to a country that has high crime rate, poverty, high homelessness, wars, such as civil wars, proxy wars, total wars to even insurgencies, high pollution, terrorism, etc. They would even send them to countries that doesn't exist or continents that are not even countries or even micronations which doesn't have airports, and in some cases planets that are uninhabitable or space station, some examples below. For example, they would send characters to the Antarctica, despite having no permanent residence and is not a country. However, it counts since there is research stations like McMurdo Station. They didn't even bother giving them clothes that can keep them warm. As for micronations like Sealand, there isn't an airport and only a helipad. This may encourage the use of international voices used for screaming or crying, and it's obvious that they are infamously bad and they don't make the video stand out. How are the characters able to find an airport to get back to their original country if they don't even know the location of said airports? Also, they don't have money to buy a ticket. Did they steal it and enter the plane as a stowaway or steal the plane and flew it? When it comes to the 3rd season of My Character Elimination series and the 8th season of Weakest to 4000 Videos Mario Enemy Character Elimination series, the hosts had enough money to buy tickets to fly to different countries mainly because of the prize money. I'm assuming this is the case for World Tour character eliminations. While overall self-explanatory, the parents get off scot-free, making them karma Houdinis. If this was realistic, the parents would be charged for unlawful banishment, exile, neglect, and illegal immigration. If the person they've sent to the country got killed, harmed, died, kidnapped, etc., the parents might even face harsher punishments or worse, execution. The punishments are actual crimes, those being unlawful banishment, exile, neglect, manslaughter, and illegal immigration. The victims are left in the middle of nowhere, and they don't put use of passports. Plus, after the character escape, they get a punishment day, which is child abuse. And before these videos, characters also get sent to movie logos, or the audience, or more recently, the backrooms, even though it predates the backrooms which was made in 2019, which is so unfair, because most logos aren't scary after all. Also, sending a character to the audience or the backrooms is so bad and stupid. Those videos that involve troublemakers getting grounded, arrested, or getting some help to redeem themselves don't count as taking troublemakers to the extreme, as most, if not all, people would understand why a troublemaker would get arrested and put in jail after they did a crime and get grounded for something bad they did. Here's some advice I'd like to give out to everyone. If you're going to put a villain getting killed, then it would make more sense to put another villain killing them. Having heroes and villains engage in a battle where both sides can land their fair share of blows on each other is okay, but don't have the battle be completely one-sided to the point where a villain can't fight. The only time hero characters can kill villain is if it's necessary for them to do so, with a need to survive for the greater good, mercy killing and ending someone's misery, are left with no other choice, or a sacrifice that saves more lives and putting an end to an evildoer that will do more harm than good if left alive. But you should never put a hero celebrating a villain's death. If you guys still want to make character gets sent to escapes from country videos, then fine. I can't stop you from making those videos because it's your own channel. But do not even bother complaining if someone accuses you of taking troublemakers villains to the extreme after you make a video that involved parents sending troublemakers villains to a different country after they did something bad. I hope you guys understood everything I said in this video. If you have a community tab, then you are free to share this video. Anyways, this is Lanky Sheet the 2D Ninja, signing off. See you guys later.